Okay, think it's working all right. Make sure chat is doing well. Okay. All right. Think I'm ready to go here. Yeah, looks like it. All right. Well, here I am. I said I would do it. Wasn't totally looking forward to this, but I gotta see how bad is this event really. I've read all the feedback on Discord about it. It looks to be pretty bad. For some reason, Zibvert has taken it upon himself to try and gaslight everybody into thinking this event isn't so bad. But yeah, let's show you in real time what this is like. Okay, so win the fight. Okay, true loyalty. Activate 3 different loyalty abilities in a single fight. Summon 5 or more creatures during a single fight. Okay. From what I understand, there are a lot of bugs in the calculation of loyalties, or not loyalties, um, calculating of the objectives. So let's see how it works out for me here. First time, I don't know anything about these battles, but let's see what we get here. So I guess I'll play this changeling first. Okay, I did summon 1 creature, and that helps. All right, we got a changeling hero. Though I don't know if I want to put him down yet, because if I haven't hit the summon objectives, then I probably won't. I mean, if I create shapeshifter tokens or changeling tokens, whatever they are, um, if they are leaders, well, that sucked. Then it doesn't count for summoning. It just reinforces a creature. So you got to be careful about that. So, okay, that didn't count as a summon. That's not cool. So, strike 1. Oops, I missed a 5 match there like an idiot. Oh, and fortunately, she did too. I'm just going my usual route of going for the 3rd ability first with this Planeswalker. I kind of like it that way. That didn't count. What the hell? Why is it not counting? Can I use it yet? No, not quite yet. Need 1 more loyalty. Who in the chat has played this already? I'm curious. How many tried and gave up? Okay, well, at least I summoned something I did. Help me hit that object, or put more toward that objective. I don't know what, but there we go. Okay, I'll create another. Why am I not? Oh, that's something I read. Yeah, you can't put down his ability token if your side is already full. So that's another bug. So this thing so far is bugged as hell. That's definitely going to make people not very happy with this event. So that's already pretty bad. Well, at least I won. I kind of know what my deck does now. Hey, what's going on, guys? So, I don't know. What is what is actually triggering the summon? Because I put creatures down in a bunch of different ways, and it made no sense what made it go up and down. Or what made my objective counter work at all. Chandra's is pretty easy. I'm just going down the line. I'm just going to get a feel for the decks. Fact if I know. I had to summon cast like 7 creatures in one turn, but it didn't count. Yeah, I have no idea what's actually making them count. The next turn, I had 6 register, but only cast summon 3. Yeah. What the hell? Well, if anybody could tell me what that is. Okay, put down the Archmage of Runes. Hopefully this Jace isn't terrible. I think he's a decent planeswalker, so. But I also think a Johnny's a decent planeswalker too, so who knows? What are the objectives on this one? Okay, Millstone. Have 20 or more cards in your opponent's graveyard during a single fight. Activate 3 different loyalty abilities in a single fight. Okay. Well, I actually won that. Oh, well, they only have like a 1 cost card in their hand or in their library. So I guess that makes sense. But, okay, so I will use that. But it drained too much of my loyalty, so I wasn't able to use it again or use another ability, I don't think. Dispersia. So in order to fill our opponent's grave, I think we need to hit the 3rd ability a few times. But I'm also trying to hit the other loyalty ability, so we'll see. Key to Jace, cast no creatures in the ramp to your turn and try to get that Clash card to flip your way. What's the Clash card? This one? Well, I could just go for a 3rd ability and hit the 1st later. And that will get me some That'll get me to the objectives. But I think I'm just going to win anyway. Broken Ambitions. Okay. Keep an eye out for that card. That one. Okay. Draw a card. I may activate another loyalty ability this turn. Okay. If you win, destroy the top. Okay. Got it. Where am I at with objectives? Okay. Well, this one seems annoying, but not super difficult. It deals like 20 damage. The third ability. Okay. At least I get kind of a feel for the battles first time around. It's annoying, but if you follow my advice, you shouldn't need to play it more than 2 times 8 all objectives. Okay. Well, it seems like it's a little bit RNG dependent with the Clash winning it or not. Key does not run creatures until you're done with the other abilities. Okay. Fair enough. Vess is the worst. That's the one I hear. I hear this one is just awful. So we'll see. How bad is it really? What was I gonna say? Yeah, to be real, I'm probably not gonna play this more than twice. I don't care about the crystals that much. If it's really as bad as you guys are making it sound, I'll probably have no desire to actually try and win or try and go for all that. So really, the only reason I'm playing this is um, for content. Yeah, see, he's already a 4-4. You're done. Need to restart match. What? If he survives his first turn, you're dead? Why is that? You have to have removal in hand for him at jump. I didn't even see any removal except for Reeve's Soul, which is terrible removal. It's like one of the some of the worst removal in the game. Exactly. Okay, now I'm starting to get it. That's the point. LOL. Yeah. Okay, Chandra's. You guys said Chandra's was pretty easy. Okay, you need to activate the loyalty abilities and strike or 10 or more damage. Catch him with that before he pumps. Wait, so you need to use Reef Soul on Arabo, and that's your only option? The hell? Yup. Good lord. No wonder. That is just ridiculous. There's a whole lot of ridiculous. Yeah. Sure sounds like it. Lost a clash. Okay, well, I'll hit her third ability. I guess that's an okay ability when you have cheap creatures that you don't really care about destroying for whatever reason. Oops, what did that happen? That's one way of using it, but I really only use her second ability for the most part. Okay, now I'm at her first ability. Deal 2 damage to any target. Even at max level, her first ability is pretty bad. Not a big fan of it. I'm just really not a big fan of this genre in general. Her second ability is good until you play against a planeswalker with red in it. Then it's pretty crappy. Oh crap. I better win soon. uh I'm not paying enough attention. Okay. By the skin of my teeth. Whew. That was close. Did I get all the objectives? Did I hit them? I'm not even sure I did. Okay, good. First try. Never have to play that again. Very nice. Happy for that. Be a part of Magic's history. This event should be a part of Magic's history. Get it out of here. Yay, I got runes. Okay, Garruk. Same thing, convert 8 or more gems during a single fight. What do these cards do? Okay. Throw down some Mantle of Webs. Try and build this dude up. Doubling season is in this? Alright. Not sure how useful it is in this battle, but kind of a crazy card to throw in here. Oh, man. That sucks. Nath's Elite. Anybody else read that like Nath's Elite, like Naltazar? Uh-oh. I am not a fan of that. Of that giant wizard on the board right now. I mean, what's doubling season really doing for me here? Oh my god, this sucks. I don't really have a great way of getting rid of that giant, which is annoying. Like, that's the best I can do right now. Honestly, this battle right now is my least favorite of all of them that I've played so far. This sucks. This deck is pretty awful. These mana gains are just garbage. It keeps throwing stuff back to my hand, and it takes me forever to put them back on the board. And by then, they already have something new to play against me and get me to start over. So terrible. And now that stupid wizard is already, I can't. What are you supposed to do that? Try that again. Okay, Elvish Visionary should help a little bit with that first objective, I suppose. Mm, play the Conclave Naturalist to try and deal with that support. What is the support? Okay. Doesn't seem like a particularly scary support, but we'll see. Okay, Archmage of Runes is down. And let's see. I guess I could try and put this warrior down. Or Nat's Elite. I don't know. I don't think I need that. Those cards are garbage. Get rid of them. Another Archmage of Runes. Great. This card sucks. It just takes forever to get to loyalty abilities. Another Archmage. Alright, well. At least he wasn't playing a bunch of those stupid spells against me, but that is not a fun battle for sure. Um, it's just there's not good ways to gain loyalty in these decks. I mean, what are you supposed to do with a lot of them? Okay, well, first playthrough with those. Now try and go, I guess, for objectives here. But I don't know. What the hell? This one is so buggy that I have no idea what even counts for a summon. So I don't know how I'm supposed to. There's like no good strategy to do it if you don't even know what's doing it for you. But okay, so I will save room so that I can actually put down the Pride Mate token with his third ability. We'll go that route. I think I'll put down this one cat. Let's see. Okay, so we want to play white, I guess red. White, obviously, but red and is it black? No, green. It's taking just so long to get to his loyalty abilities. At least she's not really doing much against me yet. But I feel like my luck is maybe going to change here as far as that goes. Okay, finally to his third ability. She's starting to gain a little momentum, though. So I want to deal with that. Now, time to try and make it to her second ability. Or his, I mean. Oh, dang. Hmm. Hmm. Not great. So I guess I could maybe go here. And she doesn't take my white match, but she probably will. Oh, no. That actually sets me up okay. Use my second ability. Some healing hands. Great. But now the math is definitely in their favor, which not cool. But at least we have all of our abilities down. Dang it, I don't like the Phoenix. But at least I have lifelink on that creature. But it's not enough. I don't think. I really need some better firepower here. Okay, well, at least Arabo maybe will help us get there. What does this do? Gains changeling. Don't care. I could put down another one of these. But I think Arabo, if I can get it down, then maybe I can start dealing more firepower before I'm dead. I'm almost dead here, though, so that's probably not going to happen. Damn it. Well, there we go. I knew I was in trouble when it was taking me forever to get things down. And there's nothing in the deck that really like helps you against the cards you're facing. They never put enough removal in pre-constructed decks, though. Like, Neck Snap is really the only thing you have in here. I think I can get there, though, with that. Once I get to the third ability and have it give my creatures lifelink and first strike, maybe I can get things going here. I'm just going to do this, even though it's going to shut me out of my third ability, but I think it's worth it for now. So black matches don't give you any mana. That sucks. It's not really anything a good match here. But at least I get the lifelink cats down. Kind of nice. What's the other object? Oh, yeah, the summoning thing. Yeah, somehow I've only summoned one creature. Who the hell knows why only one counts? Okay, well, I won, but way before I was able to hit any objectives. So, back to the drawing board there. I don't know, I don't really feel like spending a lot of time there, but let's try that Jace again. Okay, so Broken Ambitions. one of the cards we need to use for that objective. At least this deck has some removal in it, so that could maybe help. Lost that, so that's no good. Okay, well, that one worked. It only helped to put one card in their graveyard, though. Kind of need a little more than that, guys. God, it takes forever to get to his abilities at this low level. That's a real problem with this event. Okay. That was only 6 cards that put in all that time. Destroy the top 6 cards. Good lord. Wow, that's bad. So the battles are winnable, right? But these objectives are just insanely difficult. Like, it's one thing to, win against these planeswalkers with, you know, their low level with subpar decks. You can win, right? But then, like, the amount of loyalty to, like, the the reason so many of these are so hard to hit is the loyalty cost on a lot of these is way overpriced for like what you're tasked with doing. I can't really look at the stats here, can I? No, I guess not. And the cards barely, if at all, help with hitting objectives and also with winning the game. So you can play the best or try and play the best cards in the deck and win with, a little bit of difficulty, but it's really trying to hit those objectives. You need to stall for a long time, and they don't really give you much cards to stall with. I mean, they kind of do, but they're not great. So the Millstone one, especially trying to get, you have to play his third ability like 3 times, right, to even like get there without cards. Well, yeah, actually, you would need more than. What's going on here? Why am I disconnected? Is it working okay now? If you're watching, let me know in the chat if I'm back. It looks like I am. Never mind. Okay, reconnection successful. Good. Okay, so yeah, the Ajani deck doesn't really have much in it that will gain you loyalty. I'm just trying to go here, think about it. What can I do to try and gain more loyalty? Not really much of anything. Same here. I mean, this Jace deck has broken ambitions. That's really the only way you can destroy. And you destroy the top 4 cards of your opponent's library. Is there anything else in here that helps with that? I mean, that's pretty much it. And you have to get lucky, right? So you could play his second ability twice and then get lucky and play that twice. Or play that twice and get lucky both times. And then you'll maybe get there. But there's nothing else gaining you loyalty in the decks. So that makes it just really hard. Tombstone, have 10 or more cards in your graveyard during a single fight. What's in here that's destroying your library? This guy? When this creature dies, discard the last card from your hand and that's it? Yeah, what's in here even like her abilities? Do they destroy your library much? I don't remember them doing that. Maybe if you spam her first ability. But there's nothing really in here putting things in your graveyard, so it's like, how are you supposed to do that? The Chandra one was pretty straightforward. Gark is just a bad planeswalker, especially at this low level, so it's really hard to just win with this deck. Doubling Season is not really doing anything for you in here. Fistful of Force, I mean, I guess it's kind of helping you win a little bit by buffing your creature for a little bit, but there's just not enough mana you gain from anything in this deck. You get Evolving Wilds, and that's your only source of ramp. You get Elvish Visionary, which helps with the objective a little bit, so at least there's that. But man, these... And then what does this do? Draw a card, gain 6 mana. I guess that's okay. But yeah, there's just really no way to get ahead with your opponents with these decks. They're just all of it is really badly considered. Like, I don't know how they thought that these decks are going to really do anything for you in this event, like to hit the objectives. And, you know, I'm not necessarily opposed in principle to events that have insanely difficult objectives, but it's not really how this was presented to us. It's not like, oh, we're going to give you a bunch of God mode battles that you can, you know, really figure out and play it that way. I felt like this was meant to be a way to showcase the planeswalkers and like what. Like, we're looking at the description. Lorwyn is the first set where players were officially introduced to what would become a mainstay and the closest we'd ever come to the main characters of Magic history, the Planeswalkers. Meet what players would call the Lorwyn 5, the first 5 Planeswalkers introduced into the game. players will face the enemy colored planeswalker with a set planeswalker in a deck based on the available deck for each. So there's nothing about it that would imply that these are supposed to be really difficult battles. I just think that they just really didn't do a good job of designing anything. Not enough care was put into what goes with what. Like, with all these objectives, it just really feel kind of random. I just don't think that they put very much care or time into the actual player experience of these battles. They made some choices that don't make a lot of sense to me, mainly around like, why do we have the planeswalkers at low levels, level 16? Like, I know it's to showcase that you can use all the abilities, but the way they design the planeswalkers, the loyalty costs get lower as you go. And that would make it a lot easier to hit objectives, I think, if they were at level 60. And you could do more with the planeswalkers. You get more mana out of each match. Its loyalty costs are lower. So, yeah, I think the main issue with this event is that it just seems like the intent was super unclear. Like, I don't understand the point of all the decisions they made for it. So it's just making for a really bad experience when it doesn't even seem like the designers knew what they were doing. So, yeah, there you have it. I mean, it is a pretty bad event. Is it the worst event ever? I mean, the consequences make it so it's probably the worst designed event, but it's probably not the worst experience event because the stakes are low. Like, you could, if you don't hit progression, you miss out on what, let's see, 10, 25, 45, 70 crystals. So if you're not able to do that, it's not the end of the world. It's not like it's a coalition event or anything like that. So I think that coalition events, certain ones, are a worse experience than this one because stakes are involved. But as far as like the actual like battles, they're pretty up there in terms of like like lack of fun. This is really high up on my list of unfun events. I'm just not somebody who really cares about trying to hit really difficult objectives, especially since nowadays I'm just playing coalition of PvP events as they come. I'm not even really trying for objectives that much. I mean, my decks have the ability and capacity to hit the objectives if I am trying, but there are a lot of them where I'm just like, I don't feel like, destroying 5 creatures or whatever. I just would rather get through the battle and be done with it. So that's just kind of my attitude about where I am with the game. So, I mean, there are people who really, I guess, like really difficult objectives because they think they get more out of the game that way, but not me. That's just not really what I play the game for. I like discovering, finding combos, and presenting them to you guys. And so events like this do nothing for me in terms of that. There's deck building is a big part of this game for me. So when I play decks that are pre-built for me, especially when they have shortcomings that are easily remedied by anybody who has like even a cursory knowledge of building decks, so these decks are all really bad and just ones I would never build myself. So that makes it a pretty miserable experience in that regard. I'm not necessarily opposed to pre-built decks, but they have to have certain things in them to make them fun to play, and these decks just don't have it. Couple that um, with the objectives, and some of them don't even work correctly. The Johnny one would be much easier if the summoning was actually working correctly. But the rest of them, it's not so much that the objectives themselves are difficult to hit, they just don't give you any good ways of doing that. So, yeah, there you have it. Am I going to try and go back and play some of these? Maybe. There's a possibility I get so bored I want to try again at some of these, but if this event ever rolls around again, in its current form, I am skipping it for sure. So, yeah, is it as bad as everyone is making it out to be? Pretty close. It's maybe not like the worst thing ever to happen to the game, but it's the worst design event that I can think of in a really long time. I don't even know what even comes close in recent memory. Um, and the ones that I think are worse experiences are only because they have more stakes involved. You can skip this one and, be out 70 crystals if you want to look at it that way. But at least, it won't make you hate your life if you try it, if you're forced to play it like a coalition event. So, yeah, that's all. I guess that's all I got to say. I think I'm going to start to just repeat myself at this point. So, hopefully you shared it. You had fun sharing in my frustrations here. And yeah, let Webcore know if you are not a fan of this event. Let them know why. And hopefully they'll do better next time around, because I don't know what it is, but the event design has been super lacking, especially in the last year or so, maybe even last 6 months. I just don't think they've hit a real home run in terms of event design in a while. Yeah. Well, if you don't want to go super negative, maybe you can tell me something positive if you're watching it this far. What is your favorite event that Webcore has designed so far? Maybe that'll give them a chance to say, okay, this type of event is working. Let's go ahead and go that route and keep refining that. Maybe that's a good route to go. So, yeah, I think that will do it for me. And I will see you again soon once I have some more